Good morning to you all, gentlemen of the press, and good morning to the Biafran families. Happy weekend, happy Saturday. It shall be well with all of us. A very cogent information coming from the people of Biafra, most especially our one and only Prince JT, who is giving us a very vital information over the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. And according to them, he said it's a very big win for Simon Ekpa as European Union and Pan-African president. They don't step in now fully to take charge of Ekpa's case. Say whether Finland like it or not, they must surely bow. This one no be matter of Madam Bow. This one is Finland, whether they like it or not. They are there now to crack their bones. If I let me not take much of your time, I would like you to see this clip, and then we'll come back here to discuss more over this matter. And as you're watching, I beg you in the name of God, please kindly like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. Once again, happy weekend and good morning to you all. It shall be well with you.
Zanga is a very wonderful Pan-Africanist for linking Wasila to illegal conviction of Simon Ekpa, and there's no other Africanist, Pan-Africanist that has, performed this kind of feat. The Wasila company in Finland, run by Stubb. Stubb should be tried by ICC. I think he is a criminal. Wasila is the one that funded the judge, collected bribe from Nigeria, and nailed Ekpa using the same infamous judge that has no legal pedigree in Finland. EU member nations are not happy with the judgment passed, let me say 2 weeks ago, on Simon Ekpa. While Tinubu government is rejoicing and jumping up that Ekpa is being jailed 6 years, it is a big shame to Nigerian president that he has not gotten wide knowledge that a man that committed terrorist acts, the jail tenure is from 21 to life jail. Sometimes they hang the person. But Tinubu is happy over 6 years given to someone accused of terrorism, act of terrorism.
Alright, depending on your time zone and your location. Tata will the 12th day of September 2025, and we have a new update coming all the way from Finland. Credit to Extreme Need for putting up this content together. Unumana, since Legati Mazi Simon Ekpa that they have filed their letters, they have filed their documents for the petition. A lot of updates have been coming up, flying onto the social media space, and one of them is this particular one. Credit to Extreme News for putting up this content together. If I was at everything that has been happening around that trial, I heard allegedly, even the lawyer that passed that judgment, I know that now a lot has been going on. Yeah, wait for this particular update, and we tell you we watch because if anything now from this update, one a lot is still going to unfold. I want you guys to settle down, watch this video calmly from beginning to the end. All that was actually discussed in this video. Share your thoughts after watching the video, and do well to also share the video. Candozo with Surukwayo with this update. Watch the rest of the videos. I'll be right back.
Now, Simon Ekpa has been exonerated, promoted, let off the hook by EU. EU member nations are not happy with the judgment passed, let me say 2 weeks ago, on Simon Ekpa. While Tinubu government is rejoicing and jumping up that Ekpa is being jailed 6 years, it is a big shame to Nigerian president that he has not gotten wide knowledge that a man that committed terrorist acts, the jail tenure is from 21 to life jail. Sometimes they hang the person. But Stubb is happy over 6 years given to someone accused of terrorism, act of terrorism. That has actually diminished his quality to a clueless president who has no charisma to deliver charismatic leadership to Nigerians. Listen, Wasila is in trouble as I'm talking to you now because EU has ordered for demolition of that building in Finland. Yes, he's standing there to fake judgment, to fake international, let me say, quality, given to Finland, one of the major Scandinavian countries in Europe. Wasila should be demolished. It's an order from EU member nations, and that is why Simon Ekpa was wrongly jailed by this illegal judge. I use the word illegal because the man has no pedigree, he has no quality, he has lost everything about legacy in Finland. And the Finland Bar Association, they are going to demote him, they are going to ex him, they are going to sanction him for delivering such wrong judgment against an innocent man. And now, Finnish government is standing up, to actually unleash their wrath against this judge that condemned Ekpa. Wasila, he must face ICC. Waisila is a company owned by Stubb, Finland president, and it is not widely known that he is the one running that company. So it will all, at the end of the day, close on Stubb, because he is running an illegal company. He is at least sponsoring such illegal judgment against a Biafra man. The whole European Union has actually acknowledged the roles of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu since 2017, which was why in 2020 they made him the most peaceful agitator in the world, thereby promoting IPOB as one of the best agitation group, not rebellion group or secession group as per se, in the world. So what we are saying here is, why should Nigerian government is bent on illegitimacy, illegality, incompetence, corruption, embezzlement? I think the country is finished, because Nigeria is widely known as a corrupt country, a country where illegitimacy has, taken over the whole department of government. I think we are not getting it right, because the whole world are not happy with us right now. You can see your president, Nigerian president, he has always been shuttling between France and Abuja, Paris, Abuja. Why not UK? Why not America? He should visit America now. Recently in the USA. Yeah. It's a lie.
I think Los Angeles.
No.
Was there recently?
No. They will arrest him. It means Trump was not aware.
President, he has a month. So
Trump was not aware. Anybody that should visit America today should be Shetima, not Tinubu. See, this is a country that has failed the country. Trump will not welcome him at all. I'm telling you, he won't. See, listen, if he went to Los Angeles, Trump is supposed to go to either International Airport, California, or John Fitzgerald Kennedy International Airport, New York, and other, airports in America. But due to Nigerian government and its, irregularities, America president does not recognize Nigeria. And it is written all over us, in the sense that Canada has started, tagging our chief of defense staff, Colonel Christopher Musa, as what? A terrorist. And Canada has stopped all the visa, issued to our politicians. Each and every one of them that dares come to Canada today. Canada has condemned all of them. The same line with Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, Mahmouda, and Ansaru terrorists. The whole politicians in Nigeria have been banned from going to Canada. Why? Because of this kind of irregularity in running the government of this country called Nigeria. Look at the whole politicians. Look at the borrowing spree. He has been borrowing, and he will come out and tell you it's not borrowing, that we have enough tax, fund, revenue generated locally. That Nigeria is now having 4 billion extra foreign reserves that we're not borrowing again. While he is still borrowing. He that borrows goes as sorrowing. He doesn't know. So everything in Nigeria is lies. The government officials are telling us lies. This is why I'm regarding the statement by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court. He said they keep on telling you lies. Everything in Nigeria is about lies. This federal government of Nigeria, President One, is telling lies. Look at Mele Kyari. The amount he has stolen, $8 billion, when he was running NNPC as the group managing director. Mele Kyari stole $8 billion. It's now subjected to EFCC grilling. Is that a country called your own country? And who now is the Minister of Nigerian Petroleum? NNPC. The minister is Tinubu himself. What does he know about petrochemical? He's just there because of what? Voraciousness. Too much greed that has killed Nigerian leaders. You want to fill a position that you don't know anything about. That designated position is not for you. You give it to people, experts, people that study petrochemical, people that knows everything about petroleum. It is their field, and it is their own destiny to be, in that designated position. Not you. But Tinubu is running our NNPC. Yes, that's why Nigeria, instead of enjoying Nigeria, they will go and be enjoying in France, enjoying Germany, enjoying Canada. Faking sickness and ill health, jettisoning to Germany to enjoy medical facilities over there. Why not in Nigeria here? If you ask me, I will tell you that we have a country run by apes, monkeys, and baboons. And we will never get it right until Nigerians rise up to snatch what belongs to them. You can see what is happening in Nepal, Tibet. Nepal, Tibet is in Asia, bordering China and India. And that is where you have Mountain Everest situated naturally. The nature of Mountain Everest today is in Nepal, Tibet. The prime minister over there has absconded. They ran away. The ministers ran away. Police and soldiers, they ran away. The Nepalese, they all rose to their feet to fight and grab what is theirs. And that is what they are doing now. They ran into the prime minister office and killed the first lady. I know that the whole world has known that the first lady of Nepal, Tibet, is dead. It is a protest staged by the entire citizen of that country because of bad governance. The police and the soldier could not resist them. That's why they went into the presidential villa and they annihilated the first lady of Napel Tibet. You see it, and Nigerian man doesn't want to protest. Nigerian man doesn't want to die, yet they are praying to go to heaven. That's why everything in this government is running upside down. Because nobody wants to lose his life. Nobody wants to see his tribe down. You don't want to see your tribe down and you are suffering. You are eating concrete, laughing, telling us that you are not suffering, that God is taking care. And a lie. You are suffering yourself for nothing. If the whole Nigerians stand up on their feet today, I think they are going to grab what belongs to them, and the government of the day will at least do the needful, or we elect a new government. Revolution is it. We are tired of lies by our, political leaders.
Okay. So what do you think that other tribes in Finland, other nationality, will feel as regards what Finland just did to Simon Ekpa?
The Finland people, the Finnish, they are feeling depreciated, belittled, and debased. Why? We know them as one of the advanced countries in the world. And the Biafrans, the Igbos, have actually embraced the Finnish as their best brothers because of the roles Finland played in 1967, 68, 69, 1970 Nigerian Biafran Civil War. The Finnish people actually embraced us and they love us. But this time around that we've seen Stubb, the Finnish president, running Wasila, an illegal company that has been contracted by Nigerian government to buy a fake judge that actually delivered wrong, fallible judgment to Simon Ekpa case. Finland people are diminished. They are crying foul for justice. So that this Wasila, the Wasila building, should be brought down as ordered by EU. Why? You don't have this kind of thing happening in Western Europe. They want to be devoid of corruption. They want to be devoid of illegitimacy or supremacy of the white against the black country. You see what is going on the black continent? It is the British, it is the France. Tinubu is relying and relaxing in France now. If he finishes in Paris, he's going to London and stay there because these two countries are the problem that African nations have. They are planning, regrouping themselves for neo-colonialism, to colonize Africa again. The one they are doing is they will align with the opposition party, bringing down any ruling party in Africa that is trying to bring the light to the Africans. When you run a government and try to educate the Africans, open their eyes, bring education to them, most of the basic amenities and infrastructures, they will use the opposition and bring you down, accuse you of all manner of, crimes. They will stage protests against you, and these white countries, Britain and France, will align with the oppositions, sponsor upheavals, and they stamp out or remove the good government of the day. This is what they have been doing across Africa for many years. And now we have known that. The first lady of Sierra Leone is the best first lady now in the world. They have stood up and been telling Sierra Leoneans to strategize and be strong and firm to support her husband's government. Because France, Britain, they have been trying for how many years to bring Sierra Leone down until this one has taken up, the leadership of Sierra Leone. And the first lady being a woman that understands what is going on, that Pan-Africanism is the best on the continent of Africa, is lecturing Africans that the problem we have is not Africans, it's not the politicians. The problem we have in Africa are the politicians aligning with Britain, aligning with France to bring Africa countries down by stealing our natural resources, refining it over there, marketing it, realizing billions of dollars, and giving $10,000 only to African countries. This is a shameful thing going on. Pan-Africanism is the solution we have here, and we should actually join in campaign with EU to bring Wasila down, Wasila building, Wasila company in Finland, run by Stubb. Stubb should be tried by ICC. I think he is a criminal.
A very big win for Simon Ekpa as European Union and Pan-Africa. Dr. David Masanga steps in. Stubb and the judge who convicted Ekpa, my brother, they don't pick race. Ekpa's conviction, the judge, or Ben Johnson. Even as I'm talking to you now, he first of all landed in France. And when he found out that France is collapsing, that's katakata there, because he went to meet in Oga, where give them that instruction, say make sure that Simon Ekpa was convicted because of their own selfish interest, which is what they call him, Emmanuel Macron. Now Emmanuel Macron is a very big hot soup because France don't have money. France have been kicked out of Africa because the downfall of Africa is the rising of all these nonsense European countries. Now, France economy is in ICU, intensive care unit. France economy is in intensive care unit as I'm talking to you right this moment. France is in the depth of France don't rise. France no get money, they no get mineral resources. But they go to support war in Ukraine. Can you imagine that small boy call Emmanuel Ukraine? Why is it all these small boys now are the ones who is more foolish than the old ones in office? Look at Alexander Stubb, a small boy of yesterday, doing unimaginable things, doing rubbish things. Now, when they don't want to allow the young youth to be in the power now, it will be, the old ones are taking over. You can see that not only in that Zojuria we have all this nonsense mentality. Look at Yaya Bello. When Yaya Bello was given a chance as a young governor, he went there and messed the whole thing up. Used the money to be dancing Kangarawa, Abi Kangaroo music. Look at Emmanuel Macron, maybe 45 or 48 years old. Even the old ones who are 80-something and 90-something years ruling are not making all this mistake they are making. Not even a mistake, self. They are just living a wayward life. Well, what do you expect of Emmanuel Macron when he married a she? Anyway, that one. Where they slap him anyhow for program. In front of president, now so this woman, this woman, with tear slap on Alexander Stubb, a 65 years old woman, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know what thing joined them together. These are the kind of president they produce, and they think they are going to move forward. My brother, it is going to be backwardness. Because any young man who married old ones, you are not going forward, you are going backward. If I'm wrong, then counter me. Because that older one is going to be sucking the original nutrients in you. Instead of you to look old, to look young, you'll be looking old. And that old woman will be looking young. Then tell me, where is the direction of that country? So the judge that convicted Ekpa, that fake judge, he first landed in France, because he say, Oku di over. One day, he had to tear race. As I'm talking to you now, we don't know his whereabouts. Alexander Stubb, where be the main culprit, is now in panic. Because when power jam power, the lesser power will do what? Will pick race. So the power now that is jamming Alex Stubb from the European Union, my brother, and also from Africa, it is something that this guy can never stand. So there is panic everywhere. And I hope this panic will not send him into coma. But the earlier the panic send him into coma, the better for all of us. Because one thing must surely happen for some idiots that call themselves president to learn a lesson. Because this guy really need to learn the hard way. You're going to imprison a prime minister of another country. And yet, you are fighting for another country to get their independence. What kind of rubbish is that? Because they have seen Africa as their stepping stone. Look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. The United Nations representatives in the Sahel region, a woman came out the other day. They make their intentions openly known that the growth of Burkina Faso is a very big threat to the development of the West. In other words, Africans need to be down for them to be up. Where, I mean, who made that law? Who made that law? You are using my resources to grow. And yet, you will come back and tell me that I'm a poor country. I'm a third world citizen. I'm a third world country. You can imagine that. So the development in what they call it, in Burkina Faso is really giving them sleepless nights, because a lot of Africans are waking up, towing that lane, which Ibrahim Traore is using to make sure that everything works well. Ibrahim Traore, that boy is doing amazingly well. I repeat, he is doing amazingly well. Some people will come out now and counter you and say it is only a newspaper. My brother, I have somebody there who tell me that instead of him to leave that country, he better die in that country, because everything is working perfectly okay. So don't even listen to those people who will tell you it is only the only people who will say that now is APC. Zojura APC will tell you it is only a newspaper that Ibrahim Traore is doing well. Then what about you? Your own president is only doing well in propaganda. You can imagine that. So does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. Yes, so my wonderful people, Biafra matter have entered the very highest international stage, and that's the limit that the world can take it. Because now, this is not 1967 to 1970, and this is not 17th, 15th, or 18th century. We are in 21st century. So there's nothing anybody can do about the recognition of Biafra, because Biafra have come to stay. And there's nothing, whether Alex Stubb or Nigerian government or Bola Ahmed Tufumbu or whatever they call them, Christopher Musa, there is nothing, absolutely nothing they are going to do on the freedom of Biafrans, because that freedom have come to stay. And there's nothing the devil, in fact, the devil is a learner in the case of Biafrans, because if you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. And if you see anyhow, you must surely collect. And when you collect, you must surely pay. Because Finland government and their so-called AL3X have purchased a goose, and they must surely wait for the goose to be delivered to them. And that goose they purchased is a bunch of bees that is going to sting them till death. Finland will be a child's play if they didn't make that monkey called AL3X to step down from his chair. Because that guy is putting Finland in a very dire situation. You see how they are struggling now to make sure that they have contract from Nigeria, because they are short of funds. You don't have money, and you are the fifth most country that has spent a lot in supporting Ukraine war. You can imagine that you don't have. But because you're mumushly and foolishly following the likes of the step foot of Emmanuel Macron of France, and then you are going into debt. And to get out of that debt, you must do everything humanly possible to make sure that you get contract from Nigeria, because Nigeria is the only country that is sharing free money. Once you can support them in their corruption, they are free. Can give you any contract. In fact, they can even give you oil block. Just be sucking oil for free. That is Nigerian for you. Once you can be able to dance in their corruption music, or my brother, everything you want will be made available for you. So that's exactly the line Alex Stubb told when he used a fake judge to convict a Simon Ekpa simply because of their own personal interest. Maybe not their own personal interest, but his own personal interest. You're a very good friend for that matter. Your party man who campaigned for you. Anyway, just like they always say, there's no permanent friend in politics, and there's no permanent enemy in politics. So that's what has played out between Simon Ekpa and that's Momo Alexander Stubb. Anyway, let us not talk too much, because the clip you just finished watch have already said the whole thing. So let us dissect the comment sections to also know what people like me or you think concerning this matter from their own perspective, because everybody's everybody have right to their own personal opinion and to what they think over the matter. Some people will not even enjoy or like this message, but some will also like and enjoy it. So let's see. Igwe Sami said, Ndiala Ekpa will serve 6 years, and Nnamdi Kanu will serve 15 years. Okay, a lot of response came to him. Evans Michael Odum said, and you yourself will serve life in prison. Okay. Ababe said, I'm so sorry for you. Evans can say, you are an idiot. Martin said, and you together with your generation will remain slave till eternity, blind old fool. Igwe Uchenna said, now your father go serve that jail term. Aneke, you are a disgrace to womanhood. I also think it is not that equal Ebonyi guy who is speaking Konkom in the street of Lagos be this. Daniels, that is even very much better. But you are a licensed slave, liable to lifetime slavery. You don't even know your own death. So you are a hopeless entity. Fidelis Emezuo, you must be a fool for making such comments. At your age, you have not learned a lesson. Igbos are the one who put themselves up for what we call it, up for slave. So we are in slavery by our own self. In fact, we went into slavery by our own self. David Ejafo said, we cannot panic. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is with the Biafrans. Anyway, well said. Sylvester Oboji said, they should jail Simon Ekpa for life in prison. He is the butcher of the southeast. Ogoli. Samson Bright Okaf said, wishing you the same. Mad people everywhere, just look at yourself. Anyway, the last. Lilian Okoye said, I highly believe it. He must be free. Our enemies must be put to shame. Good guy, we love you. You will be free in Jesus' mighty name. And that is what this our sister said. Uchenna Okoji, freedom fighting, no be to drink gare, Ekpa, na legend. Of course, some people don't understand. Freedom fighters have only 3 places: grave, prison, or exile. Choose one. And you cannot even choose one. That 3 awaits you as long as you're a freedom fighter. You are not fighting animals. What you are fighting is government. So the government will make sure either you stay in grave, or they send you to prison, or you then ends up in exile. It have happened to a lot of activists, a lot of a lot of freedom fighters. So Simon Ekpa's own said is even very small. I mean, the years they gave him is 3 years concurrently, because 9 months have already gone, moving to 10 months if I'm not mistaken. But appeal have been approved, which we are waiting to know which day they are going to sit and then decide how many to reduce from the sentence, because that backyard judgment is unacceptable to the Biafran families, to the European Union, and also to Africans Union who believed in that ideology of Biafra. Not all the whole African Union that the one Nigeria belongs to, because Eritrea believes in African Union, African unity. Burkina Faso believes in African unity. Nigeria believes in African unity. But you see all these countries they call Zojidia, they never believe in that, because the corruption that is going on in African Union or African unity favors them, so they won't allow anything to data whatever they have been receiving. Anyway, my people, let me not talk too much, because I say eku merono and ebo okuburu onwe ya no mako mara no megburu onwe ya no kwa that place. And all what I call yesterday. So biko kachineke mezioko. Happy weekend to you all once again, and it shall be well with all of us. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you help me to circulate this video. Let it go the required views, and also the required comments, and also the required likes, and also the required subscriptions. So have a nice day. Kachineke mezioko.